As a major research institution, Arizona State University offers the most online bachelor's degree programs, along with world-class faculty and dedicated support. Discover why ASU is ranked #1 in innovation for 9 consecutive years. Tap to learn more.
Foundation damage is a serious problem for many homeowners in our area. If you see cracks in brick, cracks in walls, sloping floors, or chimney separation, foundation damage could be present. Don't wait. Call the experts at Ramjack Foundation Repair. At Ramjack, our foundation repair specialists are trained to identify foundation problems and provide you with permanent, affordable solutions. Schedule your on-site evaluation today at ramjackusa.com. That's ramjackusa.com.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hey everyone, and welcome to my Plus Size Grandma Reality Show podcast. I'm Coco. And y'all know what I'm doing. Getting ready to eat and watch a movie. I sure is. And the movie I'm going to be watching, y'all, is going to be this movie called The Giver. Now, I got to cook my food, so it's going to be a minute before I get to it. But I wanted to share it with y'all because I don't want y'all to think that I just be sitting around just always into, I actually do have quite a good life. I cannot really complain about my life, okay? Because I get to basically do what I want to do when I want to do it. I get challenged at doing what I want to do. But for the most part, I have a decent life. And I don't think people like that too much. Or they wish that I was sickly insane and medically insane, sick. However we want to put those words. But for the most part, I do pretty normal things around here. Like on Thursdays, is my bedroom Thursdays day, and today is Thursday, so what I do, today I spent most of the day, I got up this morning, and I had breakfast with my daughter, and then, excuse me, y'all. I kept my grandbaby, and we played, and we just did what we do up until about 2:30 this afternoon. And then I went and laid down and just got on my phone, did some work a little bit. I ain't worked too much today because I really do not work on Thursdays. I'm going to tell you that right now. If it ain't talking on this podcast, I really don't do all the other stuff on Thursdays. Because like I said, today is like my rest day. And I rested. I just woke up. I went to sleep about, excuse me. And you could tell I'm still a little bit sleepy, but I had to get up because I was hungry. I went to sleep probably around 5 o'clock. I got a phone call from my mom, my mother Gloria, about 4 something. She was saying she was going to the hospital. And I did pray with her, and we had a good, talk before she left. And y'all know I don't have my keys. So, if I would have had my keys, I would have went down there where she at, or at least, tried to be somewhat there for her while she going through what she going through. That's why I need my keys. Whoever got my keys need to just return my keys. Because there's things that need to be done. And that part, it's hard for me to help on. Because everybody's living in separate areas. And so I can't go, but we do FaceTime and we do phone calls about every day now. And after I talked with her, I felt peaceful about everything, and I went to sleep. And I just woke up like 7 o'clock. Oh, still yawning. I don't think I'm still sleepy, but I'm yawning for some reason. Maybe it's taking my body a little time to wake up because it is a little cold in here. And y'all know how it is when you're heating up by the oven. It's going to take its time about getting throughout the areas. Now, what I'm going to do is talk to y'all about this movie, The Giver. My granddaughter came home from school, and she said that's what they were studying, that movie. I don't know what they're studying it for, but I think it's good that they do take movies like this and look at it and dissect it and give their opinions on it. because I actually had watched half of this movie with her already, but I didn't finish the other half. So what I said tonight, I said, because it's been on my mind ever since. Ever since I watched that half a movie, and that was 2 weeks ago. It's been on my mind, and I was like, I need to finish this movie so it can get off my mind. So I got time tonight. I'm going to finish this movie, The Giver. And when I tell y'all, this movie, it puts me in mind of what I am seeing that's going on in my community and neighborhood. That's what it puts me in the mind of. The Giver, it's a great movie. It takes a little time for you to get into it and understanding it, but it's actually a really great movie. It's an old movie. It's from 2014. Let me give y'all a little reading on it. Okay, so somebody asked the question, is the Giver movie based on a true story? And they said The Giver is a work of fiction. You could fool me because some of that stuff that goes on in this movie is really happening now. And you would think it was a work of fiction, or you would think it was some type of ghost mess, but it's not. It's real people making these things happen. Okay, let me get on to it. The Giver is a work of fiction. It is set in a hypothetical dystopian future where the government requires people to take medication which dulls their emotions and minimizes the chances of rebellion. The citizens' lives are carefully managed to protect them from any lasting pain or grief, but the cost is their freedom. And y'all, when I tell y'all that movie is so close to what's going on in this world right now, it is very close to what's going on now. Because what I see now, it's like I was saying, how, I was getting knocked out and put to sleep, and it wasn't none of my own doing, and, sleeping for hours and hours at a time a day, and, it was just so much that was going on, and why this was going on, I still don't know why, but I do know it was a real thing that was going on. So The Giver reminds me of the people that I be around, that I see. And I'm talking about the people who are like gang stalkers. That's what it reminds me of. These people want the world to be a certain way, and they'll go through any lengths, including violating your civil rights, violating your personal rights, your personal space, your home, your property, to get what they want to get. And that's what this movie reminds me of. So this little boy, he comes in and he has a new way of thinking. He doesn't think that they should do that. He wants people to feel free and live life in color. Okay? I'm not giving y'all too much. I promise you. I promise you I'm not giving you too much. But he's like a social butterfly. He wants to bring this colorful life and ideas that he has to the community. And he wants to, and this older guy, he's got these memories that he releases. It's like wisdom, kind of like wisdom that he releases. And then there's this woman, Meryl Streep. She plays her. She's like, no, this is how we always done things, and this is how we're going to keep things, and this is the way we want things to be for generation and generation to come. Ain't it just like real life, though? For them to say this is fiction, it's hard to believe. Well, I can understand, though, because some of the things in it is kind of like a little off, but yeah, for the most part, this is a book. And that's what my granddaughter was reading, the book, and they were told about the movie. And so she came to me and she was like, Grandma. And Grandma gonna listen to the babies, no matter how old they get. And I heard her, and we sat here and we watched it halfway through, and then next thing you know, I didn't finish watching. So I'm trying to read all these little things that I find on Google about it, little pieces of the article, so I can give y'all a little piece of what it's like, just in case if y'all want to go watch it. Okay, let's go here. What is the plot of The Giver? Jonas is a boy living in a community-based sameness and is selected as the receiver of memory. And the giver, the old receiver, begins giving Jonas ancient memories. The receiver acts as a source of wisdom for the community. As Jonas gets more memories, he begins to question his society. Y'all know that sound like me. I begin to question society. Like, why do y'all do what you're doing when we're supposed to be free? We're supposed to have freedom of speech. And just be able to do a majority of what we want to do, you know? Okay, so let's keep going. Okay. Well, I don't want to give y'all too much. I think I've given you enough. Yeah. So Jonas is the main character. And the old man, he is a main character. And the woman who tries to keep them from, she reminds me of a narcissist. I know y'all get tired of hearing that word because I get tired of saying it and hearing it. But it sums up how we feel about people. It sums up how we see certain people. And that's how I see her, as someone who is so controlling. She don't want nobody do nothing. She just want to be this boss. And she thinks that her way is the best way. It was one part in there that really touched me that I did see. And that was when the baby died. I gave y'all. Well, okay, I didn't put it out there. Anyway, it's a baby in the movie. And the baby dies. And the giver is like, what happened? They didn't feel that? In other words, this society of people in the Givers movie is a society of people who are so numbed out to what real life is and real feelings are till they are absolutely no earthly good. Does that make sense how I'm putting it? They are so caught up in their own world till they are just dulled out. Like, they just numbed. Like, they might as well be doing, the bad stuff that knocks you out. Like drugs and alcohol. They might as well be doing that. A lot of that. Because, that is what they're doing, some of them. But I'm saying that who would want to live a life I can't even get it out. Who would want to live a life that dull and boring? Certainly not me. I wouldn't want to live a life like that. Now, that is just too much. Y'all, while I'm talking, I'm finna to go ahead and start cooking now because the stomach is a-growling. But when you get that opportunity to watch that, please do. And I know if you listen to this podcast, that you probably like the same things I like. Yep. Now, I don't know how anybody could want to live like that. Want everybody to be just like them. Conform to their ways, their likings. I don't see it. I think that is high noon. Some crazy mess. But in that book, but that had been going on back then. And I see how society is now. I kind of feel like I'm on the giver side. I'm on the giver side because just like the giver. Y'all hold up. Y'all hold up. Give me a second. Just like the giver, I feel like there's people trying to control me and want me to be a certain way. that they want me to be. And because I'm not that certain way, they rather make it seem like I'm crazy rather than to say, okay, well, she has her own, she can live in her own way. I say I love the Lord and I praise the Lord, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But they say it, and now they can say the same words and nobody tries to have them committed. Although they're saying the same words I'm saying. So the society I live in right now looks at me like I'm crazy because I believe in God. And I believe in miracles and I have faith. But mind you, these are the same people that do too. So they say. But they quick to condemn. Y'all, I'm doing, this meal that I'm fixing to do right now. Lord, these eggs little. Y'all have no idea what I go through. People will come and swap my eggs out. Like I buy large eggs, and they'll swap them out for small eggs. I told y'all that conforming stuff, they want me to conform to what they want me to conform to. But this is absolutely crazy, taking somebody's eggs and swapping them out. I gotta eat them though, because that's the only thing I got here. But, they want me to conform to their liking and their way of thinking. And their way of thinking and stuff, I never really spoke bad about the way other people think, whether they're right or wrong. But I also wouldn't join in to things that I didn't believe in. And because of that, that made me look like a bad person. Yup. Because I won't join in. Boom. Let's see. What I'm looking for is green beans. I'm looking for some peas, y'all, to go with these eggs. I hope they still here. I hope the hope. Need some light. Just give me the light. What the world? Well, I'll be doggone. You know what? Let me keep looking. Let me keep looking. Well, I thought I was going to eat some peas today, but I do not see my can of peas. And y'all know what? My can of peas been sitting on the table all week. I brought them last week, so I just left them sitting there because I was like, I know I'm going to eat them. I just don't know when. Now they're gone. They're not even in the cabinet. And not only that, somebody came in here and they messed my little heater up. My little heater don't work no more. So I got to try to get another heater. Now I know I left them peas right here on this counter. Where on the table where I could just go to them. And now they're gone. Let me look in this cabinet. They might be in here. Oh, thank God. My granddaughter must have put them in there. My bad, y'all. False alarm. My granddaughter must have put them in the bottom cabinet because now I see them. My bad. But y'all, I get done like that so much till sometimes I'm like, is it real? Is it fake? You know? I got some naan bread here too that I'm finna cook with this. Because my dad, let's jump on. Well, I apologize if I accused anybody. I didn't accuse nobody. I just said they. Because I never know who they are. But they do really exist. And they're not, they trying to get me to conform to their liking. And I'm like, child, I don't even be like myself. You know. Okay, what I was saying is, this used to be one of my daddy's favorite meals to fix for my mama when she was working. It would be cornbread, a fried egg, some field peas, and a slice of tomato. And that's what I'm fitting to fix. Except for I'm not having the cornbread, I'm having the naan bread, which is quite good too. God, I can't believe I just had lost them peas like that. But I did have, my daughter came in and did some cleaning, so she put them up. That's what happened. Thank God I looked in the cabinet.
If your low mortgage rate has convinced you to stay put in your house for a while, now is the time to protect your home's value. When it comes to prioritizing home improvement projects, your foundation comes first. If you have or suspect foundation damage, the time to call Ramjack is now. Don't let foundation issues devastate the value of your home. Choose the professionals at Ramjack, trained to identify foundation damage and offer permanent, affordable solutions. Schedule your on-site evaluation today at RamjackUSA.com. That's RamjackUSA.com.
Y'all, guess what? I got 1 million views on YouTube. I am so happy about that. We're going to have to talk about that another day. Because I do want to talk about, it's been challenging, y'all. Oh, yes. Come on, off of here. This is going to be so good. It's been challenging, like, to get views up and to have a fair shot at content creation. Field peas and snaps. Alright. I need to sit down a minute. My back hurting. My back. Ugh. Whew, Lord. Y'all ever be like that? You gotta sit down. The sciatica is just the worst. But I still be up doing. No matter what. Okay, so I got these field peas. And they're on. Daddy's dinner is on. And I'm just waiting on these peas to heat up. I didn't cook them from scratch. They actually canned. So I had to pull off the juice and just, no. You know what I didn't do? I didn't add a little bit of water to them. Let me go do it. But that movie, The Giver, when you absolutely get time, please watch it. Because it shows you just how controlling people really are. Want to control what you do, what you eat. Want to control what you feel, what you don't feel. And when I saw that movie, I really felt like that's what it's like for me. Because just like I said, I had back pain. Sometimes my back pain ain't because of back pain. It's because of when certain people decide to use equipment to shoot through walls like lasers and other things, weapons, what they call it, acoustic weapons, like, the army normally has this type of weaponry, but if you connected and you got the right amount of money, you can get it too. And these weapons in the wrong hands, it disables people. It hurts them, even takes some life. And so, for me, I put up a picture the other day, and I've been going through it so long till like I was like, you know what? I just took the picture, and I really didn't even pay attention to the bruises I had on my body. I didn't pay attention to it until I didn't got the picture up, and I'm going back through Facebook, and I look and I say, oh my God, I can see it. I can see the bruise on my face. I can see like on my chest where they lasered me across the chest, and I have a scratch, and it looks like a scratch, but it's laser marks that burn my body. And I just blocked it out of my mind, because this whole time, these are people that's trying to train me for their liking in society and punishing me because I'm not like them. And it's a hate crime. And whoever invented that mess must have really didn't like himself or herself. And so whoever put my name on that list, that's why I'm going through what I'm going through. That's why I seem and sound crazy, even though I'm just as sane as the next person is. And that movie, you watch that movie, that's what it's like, living in a bubble where you got to look at people that come around you, or where I may go to the doctor's offices, stores, anywhere there's a business or a park or something, anything, anywhere in the United States I go, I'm going to be followed. Well, I wouldn't say go to the extent of saying being followed, but I am followed. I have someone who's with me 24/7 that I don't even know. And sometimes I do know them because they switch up. And you can tell when they switch up. But my thing is, the point of this movie is this society does not want to change. They don't want change. They don't want better. They're perfectly fine with being numb. This woman is perfectly fine with keeping people numb just so she doesn't have to deal with no emotions or deal with the people. And that's how it is. It's so close to my reality. It's unreal. And like, I was surprised when my granddaughter, she's like, no, Grandma, you need to watch this. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, wow. I was like, please don't tell me they finna diagnose him as schizophrenic. That's what I said, but I ain't finished the movie, but I'm fixing to. As soon as my food get done, I'm going to put the movie back on. Yeah. And you know, I got eggs, so that's protein. That'll work. Got me 2 Fridays. Got the field piece cooking, and I need to just slice up these tomatoes. Now, when my daddy gave my mama the tomatoes, now jump and top it. Keep up with me now. Keep up with me. Because on Thursdays, I'm kind of wild. I just go with the flow. Now, when my daddy would give my mama tomatoes, he just sprinkled some sugar on them. He wouldn't give her like no ranch dressing or nothing. They didn't believe in buying ranch dressing back then. Only time he would buy them little ranch packs is if he was going to put it in hamburger meat. And it had to be Lipton tea, sour cream, and onion, I think it was. That dip mix, he put in hamburger meat and swore up and down it was the best hamburger meat he ever had. But he never cooked it like that much. I don't even remember tasting it. So that's what I might pull out some of his recipes. I don't do rabbit. Now, he loves some gamey meat, deers, rabbits. He liked that. Squirrels was his favorite. A squirrel and a rabbit. But Daddy, I can't get down like that. I mean, I don't think nothing's wrong with it. I mean, I think that's some good eating because it smelled good. He just never, he loved it so much. That was the one kind of meat that was like his delicacy. So he didn't give that away to nobody. He kept that meat for himself. Because one day my brother got in his meat and ate it up. Oh my Lord. Daddy went off about that meat. And he then fried it up. Y'all know how chicken smell frying. It smells so good sometimes. That's how it was. It smelled so good. And he had added the gravy on it. And what did he do that for? he smothered it in one of them little electric skillets. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the rectangle ones that you got to plug in. That's what he cooked it in. And when he got back home that day, I think it was from Sunday school, he had left it on low going to Sunday school. And he came back home to check the pot before church started. He got home. My brother had there and ate that meat up. I mean, Daddy was mad about that thing. Now, that's the one food he would not share, was his squirrel and his rabbits. And one time he did, he shared with my aunt. Her name was Aunt Jeannie. And that was only because her husband helped catch the squirrel. But if he wouldn't have helped catch the squirrel, Daddy would not have shared. Nope, not when it comes down. He shared anything else. Give you the shirt off his back, shoe off his foot. But he's not going to give up his squirrel and rabbit for nobody. Yup. But I can't do that part. So I'm going to start thinking about some of the foods that he used to cook. Because those are my childhood favorites that I don't get to eat a lot of. And I'm going to start making some of them. I know he used to make smothered chicken legs in gravy. And his gravy at that time, when he do the chicken legs, it wouldn't be a really dark gravy. It'd be kind of like a tinted brown gravy. Not really dark. Light. Can I call it light skin gravy? That's what it would be, like a light skin gravy and a lot of black pepper. He did a lot of black pepper. Yep. Let me see. Let me see. I'm telling my daughter something, y'all. Let me let her know I'm calling her after this live, because we're not done yet. I'm almost done with y'all, but we're not done yet. Okay. Well, we are about done too. But yeah, Daddy's meals were the best. And so I might just one day just sit out and write it down. But it won't be tonight. I'm going to put it in my notes. Let me put it in my notes while I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't want to forget it. Let's see. Write out Daddy's favorite foods. Daddy's favorite foods that he liked to cook. Now, these are the foods he liked to cook. And I'm talking about, now, I can't do the chitlins. He already told me, don't you ever in your life cook no more chitlins. That Christmas. It had to be that Christmas. I think it was around the year 2000 or 2001. It was my first time ever cooking chitlins. Yup. My sister Kayola cleaned them, and I cooked them. It was our first time. We never did it before, because usually Daddy do it all the time. Daddy, anything to do with the pork, Daddy did all the time. Because back then, I was not a good cook. And we were so happy and proud of them chitlins. Let me tell you. Because, you know, when you're young, you see what your parents do, and you try to mock what your parents do. So I saw where Daddy and them, they would stay up all night long cooking chitlins. And I'm talking about, they put them chitlins on like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And them chitlins wouldn't be ready till about 5 in the morning the next day. So I did my chitlins the same way. After Kayla cleaned them, it wasn't much left. You know, I got 1 bucket of chitlins. That's it. And for some reason, I thought 1 bucket was a lot back then, but it wasn't. Got that 1 bucket of chitlins. By the time she cleaned it, it was just like a handful. And then, for some reason, I decided to boil them chitlins. That little pot of chitlins, y'all, I boiled for about 8 hours. All night long. That next day, Daddy kept calling throughout the night. The chitlins ready? The chitlins ready? I said, no, they won't be ready till tomorrow. And he called all night long, worried about them chitlins. So Daddy comes up, because the next day was going to be Christmas dinner, y'all. It was for Christmas. Daddy came up the next day. I want some chitlins. He said, I want some chitlins now. Where the chitlins at? I said, okay, I'm going to fix your plate. See, didn't nobody tell me you're not supposed to put all this vinegar in it, because I put like a cup of vinegar, because I was like, I got high blood pressure. Daddy got high blood pressure. And, these chitlins already got the house smelling like high blood pressure. So I poured this cup of vinegar into that pot of water with them little bitty chitlins in it. And because me and my sister were really thinking that them chitlins were going to be enough for everybody. And when that next day, when I opened that pot, I said, oh my God, I don't know what we did wrong. But y'all know when y'all cook chitlins and they turn grayish looking, I cooked chitlins and they turned pure white. I gave Daddy them white chitlins. He said, girl, what you do to them chitlins? I ain't never ate no chitlins like that. That's how his voice is. He got a real thick voice. And he's like, I ain't never ate no chitlins like that. And I said, Daddy, I did what you told me to do. You told me to boil them. And he said, no. I said, I boiled the chitlins like you told me to do. He said, what you got in them, vinegar? I said, yep. He said, that's all I taste. Them things ain't worth for nothing. Oh my God, I sound just like him too. But he was like, no, girl. Don't you cook nothing else. Don't you cook no more chitlins. You let somebody else do that. You can't cook that. And ever since then, I ain't tried to cook no more chitlins. Daddy got on me so bad, y'all, about them chitlins. I ain't tried to cook no more ever since. I don't know how I would do with it now. Well, I wouldn't even try to cook them now because the smell of them sometimes make my stomach hurt. So I wouldn't even try to cook them now. But that was a good laugh for Daddy. And you know what? We ended up getting a chitlin loaf. And I don't know what we did with them white chitlins, but nobody could eat them because they got real little, y'all. They started looking like some of these, they shrunk up to the size of like a noodle. I didn't even think they could shrink like that. But those chitlins, they got small. I bought them all night long. They won't hold. And here we is. We call ourselves doing something too. And back then I was a drinker. And we were drinking and cooking all at the same time. We like dinner gonna be ready next day. Everything gonna be good. And chitlin, the one thing everybody look forward to at Christmas time, in our family. That was the one thing we didn't get every day or once or twice a week. We only got it on holidays. And I disappointed my daddy that day. I disappointed him that day. And I really tried to repay the favor because I'm going to tell y'all what my daddy did for me. I was pregnant with my daughter. And that's what I was craving was chitlins. And I done up and told Daddy I want some chitlins. And he said, well, go get the chitlins. And I'm going to go ahead and cook them for you. And my daddy had to go to work. And he was, he had stuff to do of his own. But for me, Daddy went on and he cooked those chitlins. And those chitlins were so good. My biological mama, Gloria, she knew I was craving them chitlins. And this what happened with it. She waited till everybody went to sleep. No, she didn't. I was at work. And Daddy was asleep, but I was at work. And so Daddy left her sitting on the couch. When Daddy went to sleep, she went in there and ate all the chitlins. When I got off work, it wasn't but a little bit of chitlins left. Boy, me and her fussed about that thing I don't know how long. Little bit of chitlins. Yep. The good old days. I miss my daddy. And I wish I did get times like that with my mama. But grief makes people change. Grief sometimes takes so much away from a person until they become somebody different. After my daddy died, I ain't see my mama smile like that no more. I didn't see her really do the things she used to do and love back in the days. And sometimes I question, did she even really love doing some of the things she was doing? Because she stopped doing them when daddy died. And grief just takes you to a whole nother level. Now, I'm not finna get sad or anything, but my daddy's stories are real, and they are so like everyone else's. Daddy was daddy. And cooking this meal tonight just reminds me of him, because this was something that he would cook. Now, I do want some chitlins, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't eat but like maybe 3 or 4 small spoonfuls, and that's it. And I mean, I'm very strict when it comes down to chitlins, because I know how my blood pressure be. So I'm very strict with that. And what else? And that's all, y'all. I'm not going to hold you up, because I'm finna go eat, because my food is almost done. I'm still thinking about grabbing these Viennes and eating them with these field peas, because that was sure enough be like back in the day. And if you watch my YouTube page, you'll probably see what I'm eating, because that I usually don't put too much food on Facebook. I don't know why, but I don't get as many views and stuff like I do on YouTube. So that's why I don't really try to do Facebook with that. I just do Facebook with the encouraging stuff. Now, when I try to encourage on YouTube, I don't get as many likes as I do on Facebook. So it's just all about. That's what it's all about. Just doing what's good, finding what works, and me getting off of here, getting back to my daughter, and then go ahead and watch this movie. All right, y'all. So peace, love, and happiness. Y'all have a great evening, and get ready for the weekend. Baby, yeah.
PalmettoStateArmory.com is the premier destination for all your firearm and outdoor needs. With a wide selection of firearms, ammunition, optics, hunting gear, and more, PalmettoStateArmory.com has what you need to make your next outing the best one yet. PSA offers brands like Glock, 6 Hour, Magpul, Vortex, EOTech, AAC ammunition, and more. Sign up for our daily deals to stay up to date on the biggest savings. That's PalmettoStateArmory.com for all of your firearm and outdoor needs. Palmetto State Armory, American made for life.
At Arizona State University, we offer a wide variety of degree programs online to match all kinds of interests and career aspirations. Programs that are taught by the same notable faculty who teach on campus and designed using innovative technology to improve learning outcomes and equip you for post-graduation success. That's why 87% of ASU online graduates indicated they were promoted at work or received an increase in salary after earning their degree. Find your program at asuonline.asu.edu.